Hello brothers and sisters in Christ. Today another short video. Obama admits he's the antichrist. Or is he? Time will tell. So we're going to read a couple of verses from Matthew chapter 24, and then we're going to see parallels with another two verses in 2 Thessalonians 2. So in chapter 24, verse 4, it says, "And Jesus said to them, Take heed that no one deceives you." Verse 5, "For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will deceive many." And indeed, we've had many people claiming that they were the Christ. So let's turn to Thessalonians chapter 2. So that's 2 Thessalonians, and this is chapter 2. And it says here in verse 3, Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come, unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So you can see the parallel, like Matthew 24, verse 4 says very similar. Let no man deceive you. And likewise here it says, let no one deceive you by any means. But here it goes on to tell us that the Antichrist will be revealed not before there is a falling away first, which means that there will be an apostasy, a falling away. People will defect from somewhere. Then the Antichrist will reveal himself. Now, back to this article, which I was referring to previously. When I saw this article, I questioned, was Obama admitting that he's the Antichrist, or was he taunting Christians? We know he loves to taunt Christians. He hates Christians. And I do believe that he is a type of Antichrist, but at the moment I still question whether he is the Antichrist. And the reason is very simple. It is this. We know that the papacy itself is a whole line of antichrists, one after another. So essentially, that Pope who is sitting in the seat of the Vatican is the Antichrist. He is in opposition to Christ. He is claiming to be Christ on earth. He is claiming to be the one appointed by Christ. So let's go through this article briefly. In an unpublished June interview with Washington Post, correspondent Joe Stephens disgraced former President Barack Obama, admitted he is the Antichrist, and among other inflammatory comments said, "The word will bend to my will." That's true. He's been known to say that. Okay. So they had an interview. I'm going to go through this. Then if you would like to see the original article, it was taken, this infamous photo of Obama dressed as the Baphomet, which is an entity of Satan, and the website is someonesbones.com. There are some very interesting articles here which you may care to look into. So what it says here, right? A colleague of Stephens, familiar with the interview, said Stephens asked if the photograph was authentic, the one which I showed you above, or photoshopped, and if the former, what reason Obama had to donning such particular attire. "What do you think?" Obama replied, with a mocking tone, I'm sure. "Because I'm the Antichrist, haven't you heard?" Now he may be taunting Christians here. Then Our source said Obama stuck to his answer. He reiterated specifically that he was the Antichrist and told Joe the internet was replete with evidence proving his satanic heritage. That's when things got weird and went haywire, one source said. If all information is accurate, Obama's eyes spun freely in their sockets and he began speaking in tongues while weaving strange symbols in the air with his outstretched fingers. When his language returned to English, he made comments such as, "The world will bend to my will. Worship me. I shall rise again. And there is no escape." Then Obama suddenly regained his composure, as if the transformation had never happened. Obama said he was only joking. Yes, I'm sure he was taunting Christians, but this may be a warning at the same time, and that the grossly misunderstood photograph was actually taken at a Halloween costume contest that he and Michelle had attended several years ago. My feeling is this. I recently read an article where Pope Francis offered political asylum to Obama. And this thought ran through my mind, knowing that the papacy in itself is antichrist. And we've had a chain of antichrists. And we're currently at Pope Francis, sitting in the antichrist chair. What happens if Pope Obama's friendship suddenly turns sour and the current pope is in some way eliminated and Obama takes that seat, the seat of the Antichrist? Well, I know this may be speculation at present, but obviously one must wait and see. Only time will tell. God bless you all.